Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So here we are, and we gotta go into Malak as well to fight a Light Warden. And we're gonna use the trust system again, just for an instant queue, although we could probably get in pretty fast on tank, which is what I intend going on. We're gonna give Thancred there a break. You don't have to. He's better now. His clothes just aren't, all that great. But I feel like we should take Reen, because she just had a big story moment. Plus, she's the one who can see where the Light Warden is. Academician? Alice, Thancred, and Urianger are the only ones with real jobs. Okay, so let's see. Now, Alpha Note said he was training up since Lakeland, or the twins have fought a Light Warden with us before. As have Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger, because I took them into the Katana Rabble. So, I don't know. Let's see. I want to take Alice.
Let's give it our all.
And I'd take her brother, but I think I'll go with Urianger.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
And in we go, into Malak as well. Or Malika. I don't know how much you want to enunciate on this word. It's one of my favorite dungeons, actually, in this expansion. Although, the gear you get out of it's kind of lame. Since it's a mine, ultimately it's a mine, you get basically gear that looks like gathering gear, but it's combat gear. And it was a way for them to give this old gathering sets to combat classes. And we're going to try a big pull here just because we can. It's probably a bad idea. Everything is dying so slowly. On the bright side, we've got the Black Knight, so probably a good idea to not overdo it as well, because I don't think I really got any tank gear from the Katana Reveal. And so my defense is really starting to show that it's not up to par. One thing that's kind of interesting about this expansion is they sort of found a way to blunt tanks' advancement with damage dealing. I'm not really sure how they did it either, but basically your DPS on tank, it doesn't seem like it really scales that well to your gear. It's just really bad. I'm talking really bad. Get over here, you jerks. We'll stun one of these things. It'll keep auto attacks off me from it for, you know, 2 auto attacks. Which is a slight form of mitigation. I guess something else we could do if we want to is we can switch over to single targeting attacks on stuff that is low and pump up our own HP with getting to the Soul Eater combo. That's about all Dark Knight has, like, in regards to, you know, on-demand healing source, which is kind of sad. It's really far behind stuff like Warrior, and even Gunbreaker. Although I guess you could equate Abyssal Drain to Aurora, depending on how many targets there are. But, see, Aurora doesn't really care about number of targets, so it's self-buff regen. Sorry if it's hard to see the Trust's companions with all these crazy big animations going off. I've said before, I like to play animations on, at least for my own party. And, it doesn't change with Trust. I would rather not, well, that much is obvious, Reen, but I guess they had to give you some sort of dialogue. Greater Armadillo is our first boss here. And, a little big for an armadillo. My parents have this story. When I lived in Central America back in the 90s, we had gone through a lot of southern states when I was like 4. Before we went out and moved to Central America, we went to the Grand Canyon as a family. And on the way out, I saw some armadillos. And being a little kid, fascinated with animals, they became my favorite animal. So I was obsessed with them. And we moved down to Central America. And one day I told my dad, you know, hey, I saw a baby armadillo in the house. And my parents just think I'm being, you know, cutesy, whatever. And, yeah, this goes on for like a week or something like that. Like, I keep telling them, hey, I keep seeing a baby armadillo in the house, but I can't catch it. And they think I'm making it up, you know, just having a cute little giggle, you know, like being a kid, whatnot. And then finally, one day at dinner, I crossed my arms and I said to my dad, I told you there was a baby armadillo in the house. And on our dinner table was a mouse. I'd never seen a mouse before, so my brain approximated the closest thing, which was armadillos. And since it was tiny, I figured it was baby armadillo. Well, that's the story. End of speech. guess that's physical, so oh well.
I shall protect thee.
Here we go.
Oh, Rena's one's breaking. I approve. I'm surprised Alice A let her have it. This is a pretty slow kill. I don't think I've ever seen the ads come up 3 times. Oh well. It's trust. What are we gonna do? Plus I'm under geared at this point, so what are we gonna do? Field dressing of aiming? What the fuck? Okay. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen the aiming set out of here. Hence my reaction. The tank set is like an ugly yellow miner set or something. And on my first playthrough, I was wearing it for quite a while. We have no choice but to keep this pool small because there's a door in our way that doesn't break open until after we kill these things for whatever reason. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. I feel like we could have just jumped down the hole. Or like slid down those cables. But, oh well. They just wanted an outside portion of the dungeon, that's all. Now this pool is probably going to get us wiped. But, well, I think we'll be okay, maybe. Just make sure to dodge stuff. Pretty much blackest night on cooldown. Blew everything. Even if it doesn't really help. Rain. At least Yuri and Jay kept healing me, even though they were like single target La La Land fighting something. I'm actually kind of surprised they can pull hate. Like, I know I didn't like double tap everything like I probably should have, but Blackest Night is an interesting cooldown because it's like actually a shield, like a Astrologian or Scholar shield. It's actually more effective the stronger the hits are against you, because like one, you need it to break, and two, I guess it's not actually technically more effective. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to really say here. It's more valuable when it can be easily broken. And, because you won't lose any DPS for using it, while also gaining the maximum amount of mitigation that this class has. That's what I said the first time I saw this thing, Alice. It's a Talos. Amphibious Talos. It's amphibious because it has buckets on its hands and head. Genius, farmer. Genius. I think at 78 we'll get a second charge for plunge. Really missing it right now. Buckets in its chest that shoot out water jets. This is the most asinine boss I've ever experienced. Almost as asinine as me just wasting my blood on freaking Quietus on a single target. Ugh, disgusting. Tank Buster smart. Although it's not really that big of a deal. By this point, if you've done Savage back in like Stormblood, you've seen tank busters that were capable of dealing like 100,000 damage, that you had to use multiple layers of mitigation for, and like ask your party to, you know, get in on it, to deal with things like Feint and Addle and stuff. Tank to get on the deal with, you know, cover or intervention or shake it off, that sort of thing. Dark Knight used to actually be capable of somewhere close to 87.4% mitigation. And that could be really fun to abuse, because with Blackest Night, if you're only taking 13% of a tank cluster, like, almost regardless of what it is, you know, you're not going to be having a hard time living through it at all. And my favorite thing to mitigate back in Stormblood was actually fighting regular X-Death and Savage. His Tank Buster was a 2-part Thunder 3, and you're supposed to use either your damage immunity for it, or you could provoke during the cast, and then the first Thunder 3 would hit the initial tank, and the second Thunder 3 would hit the tank that provoked it. But it had like a large, you know, it's a large circular frontal AoE. So if you were going to do it that way, you were going to have to tell your melee DPS to not be anywhere near either tank. And so it's kind of more trouble than it was worth. So what most people would do is they'd have like the warrior or the dark knight go pull the boss and take the first Thunder 3. And then dark knight's actually going to be useful. The sprites here only cast magic, so. Unfortunately, that means arm's length is not going to be as cool. You could still slow the scorpions with it, but if you're using Trust, the scorpions are going to die way before the sprites. Because I don't think Trust is really AoE that much, if at all. Which is why the dungeons go a lot more slowly than with actual players. Not only are Trusts weaker than actual players because they're at the minimum item level, but they only really use single target. Like, they're kind of, you know, it slows things down. On the bright side, though, all the single target damage is actually good for mitigation, or like preventing damage, because, you know, when you kill something in a pull, even if you're killing it before all the other stuff, you know, that reduces the amount of damage you're taking, while the rest of the pool is still active. Although obviously it would still be more advantageous to just end the entire combat sequence by killing everything at once as quickly as possible. But, you know, you take what you can get. You look at the advantages where they are, and hey, Reen clued us in on something we can see. I guess we should be a team player. Guess they're going for the center one first.
My mistake.
I don't know what determines how they're gonna target things when everything is aggroing you, but oh well. Bunch of gear I can't really use. I mean, we got like some healer feet. Yeah, we can use those on Astrologian. And there's choker of healing, but everything else, meh. Huh. Storage, huh? Or Storg? I'm gonna go with Storg. Looks like a sort of like a biblical interpretation of an angel, like the literary description. The only thing it's really missing is multiple eyes. It's got like a human face on that medallion thing, but you know, it's like a bunch of wings. It's more like a weird magical construct. It's kind of freaky. It's kind of freakier than the first one we fought. Like, it doesn't really look monstrous. It looks almost angelic, but like weirdly angelic. This boss's main thing is it has a lot of raid wides. Intestinal Crank is its general magical based raid wide. Heretic's Order. Hey, where have we seen this attack before? In Alexander. And normally you'll get like either a vault stack or a damage down stack, but for whatever reason Alice didn't get it, so whatever. But yeah, basically it's using Radiant Sacrament and Sacrament from the Alexander raids. Although you'd only see the donut version than Savage. But the donut version is the easier one to dodge anyway. Which is actually kind of funny to admit, like that's the one that you prayed for in Savage. Should be able to snaggle into melee range here. Ever so slightly. Talk about annoying. It doesn't have a tank buster as far as I remember. Pretty sure it's literally just AoE's the boss. Right? A lot of people had never seen Radiant Sacrament, the donut AoE, and a lot of people who just joined during Stormblood or Shadowbringers had never seen normal Sacrament. So this boss was like really foreign and exotic with its mechanics as well, because it was a reintroduction mechanics sort of boss. I guess its auto attacks are mildly high, but those aren't really problematic when we got a healer that's gonna, you know, heal more than he deals damage anyway, so kind of whatever. They call Radiant Sacrament Breaking Wheel on this, but it's just gonna be Radiant Sacrament to me. I don't care. I mean, it actually has a slightly different animation. Like, the wind up there is different, and it actually shoots like lasers out. But still just a light-based donut AoE, so. A little early on my Dark Missionary there. Doesn't really matter too much though, it's like a raid boss or anything. Might as well blow our mitigation. If there's no tank buster, or like not a lot of tank busters, you can always blow your mitigation on just, you know, reducing damage you take.
You underestimate me.
Uh-oh. Crystarium is... Okay, I don't think he'll get hit by a second one. So I just wasted some MP, but whatever. It's also a little bit early for me to put it on anyway.
I'm gonna limit break one of you gals.
You underestimate me.
They never limit broke! Oh well. Swing, swing. We're actually just gonna get the absorption scene while still in the dungeon instance? Huh. I don't remember that being the case, but it has been a while. I feel like there was more light in that light warden. Ooh. 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 Our cup runneth over. And not in the good way. Oh look, we got a level up out of the deal. That's a lot of EXP we got. 14.5 million for first time completion for some reason. And 4 million for the boss. Now we got a new belt. Hey, so we don't have to worry about glamours yet. Yay, we don't have to worry about glamour yet. Don't say anything cool. At last. Taking back the darkness. Rain was correct. Well, no shit, Rain was correct. Great! More gear that I'll never use! But it's okay. So we spent 31 minutes in there. It's like a minute on the intro, so we got about 28 minutes left. Give or take a minute. Well, let's see if Cat Girl is gonna look at us and be like, "You dying, bro," or something.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad those travelers made it all the way to Nabatha Reng. But when Urianger told me the Talos was in pieces, and the trolley didn't look much better, I couldn't help wondering what in the hell's had gone on.
What indeed? At least the heart is in one piece. The rest is replaceable. Looking at this mess, though, it's a miracle they survived.
You can say that again. What the? Are you seeing this?
Swing.
The sky. It...
Yeehaw. Fourth Senator in a row, killed at nighttime somehow. Or not Senator, Light Warden. Yeah, it's the real time.
At last, night has returned to Amareng.
The weather's made it foggy and we can't even see the sky now.
We'll save this broken world yet, Tesleen. You see if we don't.
No doubt retreating in the wake of the Warden's demise.
Back to Calusia, the last refuge of light.
Home to our dear Lord Vorthry, who will no doubt do everything in his power to thwart us.
As well he should, for defeat there would spell the end for both him and his heavenly host. There the fate of this star shall be decided.
Seems a little presumptuous, Alphino, but okay.
Well, it's a good thing I gave you a rest break then, bro. I think him itself is growing on Urianger and Y'shtola somehow. Which kind of makes sense. Seems legit. Okay, so we're level 78 now on tank and healer. Let's switch over to Dragoon and get as much level 77 experience points on it as possible. Everyone looked at her because they're concerned about Clyde, and she got too scared to tell the truth. Crystarium, rest break time! Well, yeah, Y'shtola, she has keener light sense than you. You just have ether sense. Cat girl Sal? This would be a good idea, by the way, or a good time to, if you haven't caught up on your gear, either start using the gear from the lockboxes. Like, they gave us some level 76 gearboxes already. Titan Bronze, that's all level 76. So this would be a good time to use all that and catch up on gearing. So that, you know, you don't really fall too far behind. Oh, it's a player.
There's several players. You gonna tell me about my dying?
Sure, tell me how I'm gonna feel about it, you cat girl bitch. Monstrous, huh? Suppress it? Oh, okay. Yeah, Mom. Yes, Mom. Giggity? So I don't know if Reen actually suppressed our light already, but you can see our vision is starting to get kind of fucked up. Almost like our eyeballs got irradiated. Except instead of a blue flash, we got a white flash. 'Cause it's light, baby. Pure light. There's a somewhat blue tone to it. I guess we're gonna get a scene with Ardbert now. You know, the old walk in our room. Ardbert be like, "Yo, dog, this is how it was when I was and
Sometimes the dead would rather not be disturbed. But enough about me. What of Armor Rang?
Excuse me.
I see. Minfilia's gone then. Which means the reason I must suffer this purgatory shall forever remain a mystery.
Oh.
What's the matter? Are you all right?
What just happened?
You got singed.
Minfilia said my time had not yet come. That I still had a role to play. Not even the most valiant heroes can stand alone. No, it couldn't be. There's only one hero in this room, and it is not me. I'm just a shadow, cursed to wander.
Oh, come on, you blockhead. Get in my body! And make me stronger. That's gotta be where that's going, right? He got singed and we stopped having our light attack.
Forgive the intrusion, but Minfilia, that is, Reen, and the others were asking after you. Is everything all right?
Nope.
That pain again. And did it pass? Thank goodness for that. I would not wish to see you suffer. Though I know only too well how much you have suffered on our behalf in recent days. Indeed, I have no right to impose upon you further. Nevertheless, I must ask one thing of you. That you survive this, no matter what. When the dust settles, you must return to your world, for the battles to come, and the wars yet unwon. The final Light Warden is all that stands between us and victory. There is still much we must do to prepare, but for now, I will see if there is aught that may remedy the strange affliction which plagues you.
Yeah, it's like y'all forgot there's literally an Ascian overlord following us around. Well, the last warden is all that stands between us and victory. Wake up, dude.
Of that I have no doubt. Even if I had my pick of every Reflections heroes, I could not have asked for a finer champion. I'll not keep you from your rest any longer. Take as much time as you like.
Echo vision in our sleep? Echo vision in our sleep. Reading Heaven's Word, he's in Fortom's Manor, whoever this is. Biggs? Biggs with a gun and different hair? By all accounts, the Far East is faring no better. Beyond saving, huh? I guess that would be a story about Amarek saving Lucia on the final steps of faith. So we can have echo memory visions in our sleep. I guess that was hinted at way back with Fordola in prison. Arenvald had said that she was having them echo visions night and day. It's daytime again. We got about, I think, 9 to 10 minutes left in the recording. Return to Yulemoor, huh? Night keeping. Okay. Hey, look, Emmett Sulk is back.
There you are. May I assume you've had your fill of rest? That is well. Now that we are all present, let us speak of our plan. Thus far, we have vanquished 4 Light Wardens, restoring night to much of Northrend. Only one remains, that of Calusia. And with Reen to guide us, I am certain we will find it.
Do we really need her to guide us, though? It's fucking Vothri. How could it not be Vothri? Look, it's Vothri, man. He can control Sin Eaters. Only Light Wardens can do that.
We're so close now. If we can just take care of this one last warden, we'll rob the Sin Eaters of their final foothold and drive them out of Northrend once and for all. It will be a new beginning for the First. A chance for the people to rebuild their world.
In short, a prize worth fighting for.
And in thus delivering the First from destruction, so too shall we unsow the seeds of the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Do you hear? Your dreamed of rejoining is in jeopardy. Are you sure you're not tempted to intervene?
You labor under the misapprehension that vanquishing the Sin Eaters is tantamount to saving the world. It is not. In truth, you only delay the inevitable, lengthening your fleeting lives by the smallest of margins. Twould be churlish of me to deny you this small concession, close as we've become. Foolish and misguided though you are not without charm. Each and every one of you is possessed of a noble heart. When the weak want for succor, you do not hesitate to provide it. Alas, your nobility is short-sighted. You think only of the problem in front of your nose. A limitation of your ephemeral existence.
Our lives may seem short and insignificant to the likes of you, but one does not need to be an eternal being to achieve lasting change.
If I may stop you there, I do not claim that we Ascians are special. That is another misconception. In the beginning, everyone lived nigh for eternity. Such was the natural order of things. But like so much else, this was taken from you. You won't object if I borrow your plaything? distant past, when the world was one and whole, a great calamity threatened all life. It began without warning. The very laws of the star were warped and broken, and chaos swiftly spread throughout the land. Faced with annihilation, we sought to imbue the star with its own will. Thus was Zodiac born, and by his power was order restored. Ere long, however, thankless fools began to fear that Zodiac's might was too great, and so they conjured another to keep him in check. Your own dear Hydaelyn.
And the two beings waged war until, with a single devastating blow, Hydaelyn unmade Zodiac, scattering his being across space and time. So you told us in the Katana Ravel.
Stop interrupting, you stupid cat bitch.
Yes, yes. And there began our woes, with Hydaelyn's blow and all that it wrought. As a counterbalance to Zodiac, Hydaelyn was created with the power to enervate her foe. This singular ability strikes not at such banal things as flesh, but everything that defines the target, diluting its existence. For example, were she to strike you, two individuals, identical in appearance yet reduced in all respects. Strength, intelligence, the soul itself, all is halved. Do you see? This self-same fate befell not only Zodiac, but the very star. Only 3 were fortunate enough to escape the sundering, me being one of them.
How? Did you, like, go into a pocket dimension?
When I beheld the shattered remnants of our home, I knew deepest despair.
Were you off traveling in deep space or some shit?
The inhabitants of these 14 fragments were feeble, frail and foolish, oblivious to their imperfection, ignorant of their past. Malformed creatures thrashing blindly about. Pitiful, disturbing, depressing. So, we took it upon ourselves to rejoin the worlds. But in our eagerness and, I confess, our ignorance, we erred and made a useless void of the 13th. It was only afterwards that we discovered a connection twixt source and shard, a flow of energy that maintains elemental balance. And thus did we arrive at our time-honored modus operandi.
From a purely Asian standpoint, it could be said that what you